Mangyan is the generic name for the 8 indigenous groups found in the island of Mindoro, southwest of the island of Luzon. The Philippines, each with its own tribal name, language, and customs. The total population may be around 280,000, but official statistics are difficult to determine under the conditions of remote areas. Reclusively, tribal groups and some having little, if any, outside world contact. The ethnic groups of the island from north to south are Iraya, Alangan, Tadyawan, Taubid, called Batangan by lowlanders of the west of the island. Buhid and Hanuno, an additional group of the south coast, is labeled Ratagnon. They appear to intermarry with lowlanders. The group is known on the east of Mindoro as Bangon, maybe a subgroup of Taubid, as they speak the western dialect of the language. They also have a kind of poetry which is called the Ambahan.
Hello, this is Giselle and I am going to talk about the origins of the Mangyans. So, the Mangyans were once the old inhabitants of Mindoro. Being coastal dwellers at first, they have moved inland and into the mountains to avoid the influx and influence of foreign settlers such as the Tagalogs, the Spanish and their conquests and their religious conversions, and raised by the Moro. And today, the Mangyans live secludedly in the remote parts of Mindoro, but eventually come down to the lowlands in order to make usual trades. Their sustenance is farming for their own crops, fruits, and hunting. A certain group of Mangyans living in southern Mindoro calls themselves as Hanuunuo Mangyans, meaning true, pure, or genuine, a term that is used to stress the fact that they are strict in the sense of ancestral preservation of tradition and practices. Before the Spaniards arrived in Mindoro, the people traded with the Chinese extensively, with the thousands of supporting archaeological shreds of evidence found in Puerto Galera and in written Chinese references. A division was created among the people of Mindoro when the Spaniards came. There were the Iraya Mangyans, who isolated themselves from the culture of the Spaniards, and the lowland Christians who submitted themselves to a new belief system. These two groups only interacted for economic matters through trading forest goods from the Mangyan and the consumer goods for the lowlanders. Despite being grouped as one tribe, Mangyans differ in many ways. In comparison to the technological advance between the two geographical divisions, the southern tribes are more advanced as seen in their use of weaving, pottery, and system of writing. The northern tribes, on the other hand, are simpler on their way of living. Their languages in the rest of the Philippines came from the Austronesian language family. However, even if they are defined as one ethnic group, the tribes use different languages on average. They only share 40% of their vocabulary, and also the tribes have also varied physical and ethnogenetic appearances.
Mangyan live in peaceful societies as compared to the head-hunting tribes of North Luzon and the brave defiant warrior tribes of the South. Social scientists theorize that some societies became peaceful because their system of norms and values reward peaceful behavior but disapprove aggressive and impulsive behaviors. Peaceful societies are characterized by egalitarian social organization without status competition between men and without a symmetric relationship between men and women. Another theory posited that population adapt theory, offering a more logical explanation why Mangyans prefer to retreat in the hinterland. They accept peaceful submissiveness when they encounter lowland settlers, missionaries, traders, and government officials. So that's it. And now let's proceed to the culture of Mangyan tribes. Despite being grouped as one tribe, Mangyan differs in many ways. In comparison to the technological advance between the two geographical divisions, the southern tribes are more advanced as seen in their use of weaving pottery and system of writing. The northern tribes, on the other hand, are simpler in their way of living. Their languages, like the whole Philippines, came from the Austronesian language family. However, even if they are defined as one ethnic group and the tribe use different languages, on the average, they only share 40% of their vocabulary words on their mutual languages. The tribes have also varied physical and ethnogenetic appearances. Iraya has vidoid features, the Diawan are mainly Mongoloid, and the Hanuno looks like a Proto-Malaysian.
Hello mga kaigsuunan! So I'm going to tackle the indigenous Mangyan religion. So, the Mangyan have a complex spiritual beliefs system which includes the following deities. So first, we have the Mahal na Makaako, the supreme being who gave life to all human beings merely by gazing at them. Second, we have the Binayi, owner of a garden where all spirits rest. Third, we have the Binayo, is a sacred female spirit, caretaker of the rice spirits or the Kalagparay. She is married to the spirit Blangabon. The kalagparay must be appeared to ensure bountiful harvest. It is for this reason that specific rituals are conducted in every phase of this rice cultivation. Some of these rituals include the panudlak, the rite of the first planting, the rite of rice planting itself, and the rites of harvesting, which consist of the mambugkos, or binding rice stalks, and the pamaguhan, which follows the harvest. Fourth, we have the spirit aided, or bulangabon, the spirit aided by 12 pairs of dogs. Erring souls are chased by these dogs and eventually drowned in a cauldron of boiling water. He is a Binayo's husband.
Hi! For this video, you will know the Mangyan's artifacts. By the way, my name is Harit Caballes, and I am going to tell you right now the Mangyan's artifacts. Let's go! They say the indigenous Mangyans offer a myriad of cultural rich artifacts that give insight into their culture and trade. The people living in southern Mindoro during the pre-Hispanic era are exceptional in their weaving, pottery, and system of writing. So as you can see, this is an example of Mangyan's arts and craft. This is what we called weaving. Mangyan preserves their tradition through weaving. So, their clothing differs between genders. The male generally wears loincloths that covers the lower body, whereas the female would wear a skirt and a shirt for the top. The terms and materials would differ from tribe to tribe, but the exceptional designs would come from the Hanunus. Their textiles are dyed in indigo blue and have an embroidery design called pakudos at the back and can also be found under woven bats. These are the Mangyans, and that is the example of their clothings, as you can see in the pictures. Now we will proceed to their system of writing. Their system of writing is called Surat Mangyan. It's a pre-Hispanic symbolic system and is believed to be an Indic origin. It is still practiced today and is still being taught in different Mangyan schools of Oriental Mindoro. The Hanunus also practice their own traditional poetry called ambahan, a rhythmic poetic expression with a meter of 7 syllables presented through recitation and chanting or inscribed on bamboo. And that is Mangyan's artifacts.